Broadcasting live from somewhere in the Shadow Realm, this is YuGiOh Duel Links Talk. Here's your host, Doug Dimmaduel.
Hey there, and welcome to another episode of YuGiOh Duel Links Talk. Today, we're going to revisit the Electric Overload box set at the shop right now within Duel World. This box set came out on July 31st, 2017, and we did an episode recently going over the ultra rare cards in the set. But what I want to do today is take a step down and start going into the super rares that are in this box set and just see the kind of cards that we could end up getting. So the first super rare we have is Hinokagu Tsuchi. It is a, let's see, what is this? This is level 8 Pyro Spirit, 2800 attack, 2900 defense. This card cannot be special summoned. This card returns to its owner's hand during the end phase of the turn. It is normal summon or flipped face up. If this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, they discard all cards in their hand during their next draw phase before they draw. So this card is a real high risk, high reward. You hope that they don't have anything that changes your monster's battle position if you're ready to swing and do some life point damage to your opponent. But man, if you make it work, you put your opponent in a real bad position, getting rid of basically all the cards in their hand, minus whatever they draw. So yeah, for spirits, I see they're getting a lot of support here. This is just a really, really good card. Next super rare, you have General Gentala of the Ice Barrier. It is a level 7 warrior, 2700 attack, 2000 defense. Once per turn during your end phase, you can select one Ice Barrier monster in your graveyard except General Gentala of the Ice Barrier and special summon it. This card is excellent in just flooding the field with Ice Barrier monsters. I'm serious. I mean, I might just do an episode about Ice Barriers in general, but they seem to be really formidable, especially after this box set. So we'll see what happens with them. Next, we have Yamada Dragon. It's a level 7 Dragon Spirit, 2600 attack, 3100 defense. This card cannot be special summoned, and this card returns to its owner's hand during the end phase of the turn it's normal summon or flipped face up. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, draw cards until you have 5 in your hand. So this is a really cool card effect as well, especially if you're like me and I like to use up a lot of my resources rather quickly. I have an aggressive playstyle. So if Yamada Dragon is on the field and inflicts some battle damage to the opponent, at least I know that I'll be replenishing my hand and getting 5 cards back in the hand. Now, it's bad that this card goes back to the hand afterwards, as in typical spirit monsters would, but I mean, hey, to me it's a small price to pay if you know that you're going to fill up your hand back to 5 cards. I mean, oh my goodness, this is just a good way to really refresh yourself in the middle of a duel. So yeah, Yamada Dragon is a pretty underrated card. I like that one a lot. Next super rare we have is Gen X Ally Power Cell. Gen X Ally Power Cell. It's a level 4 machine, 1700 attack and 0 defense. Other face-up monsters you control with the same attribute as this card gain 500 attack. So just a really good support card in general. I know it's going to go well with a lot of the machine decks that are going to be built. So yeah, overall, just awesome. Then you have Herald of Creation, level 4 spellcaster, 1800 attack, 600 defense. Once per turn you can discard one card, then target one level 7 or higher monster in your graveyard and add that target to your hand. So this is a good way to start replenishing your hand with strong monsters and really set yourself up for future plays. I could see the combos already that you could use with Herald of Creation. Pretty darn good card, and with an 1800 attack, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good beat stick, so I mean, I'll take that. Next, you have Ninja Grandmaster Sasuke. It is a level 4 warrior, 1800 attack, 1000 defense. At the start of the damage step, if this card attacks a face-up defense position monster, destroy that monster. First thing I think of is running this card into a Labyrinth Wall. Yeah, it's got a 3000 defense. You take the hit. And Ninja Grandmaster Sasuke just destroys that monster regardless. So this will get you over a lot of those pesky high defense monsters that your opponent's sitting out on the field to try and stall your turn. Well, Ninja Grandmaster Sasuke takes care of that, and with an 1800 attack, still really good in general. So yeah, awesome card. Then next super rare you have is Machina Peacekeeper, level 2 Machine Union, 500 attack, 400 defense. When this card on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can add one Union monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn, you can either target one machine-type monster you control, equip this card to that target, or unequip this card and special summon it in face-up attack position. A monster can only be equipped with one Union monster at a time. If the equipped monster would be destroyed, destroy this card instead. So it's just another really good machine support card. another excellent super rare. Here's another one that I like, Mystic Plasma Zone. It's a field spell card where you increase the attack of all dark monsters by 500 points and decrease their defense by 400 points. Immediately I could use this in 2 decks. Immediately I could use this in my Dark Magician deck or my Red Eyes deck because most of them are dark monsters. So having a Red Eyes on the field plus a Mystic Plasma Zone boosts that Red Eyes Black Dragon up from a 2400 attack to a 2900 attack and just makes things all that much sweeter. So Mystic Plasma Zone is a card that I think can be used pretty well and have a lot of utility. The next one we have is Luminous Spark, another field spell card, and this is for, I guess, some of you Blue Eyes players and a lot of you light type players as well. Increase the attack of all light monsters by 500 points and decrease their defense by 400 points. So it's the same thing as Mystic Plasma Zone, but for light monsters. So just an all-around good card to have if that's the kind of theme deck that you're running. Luminous Spark might be a must-have field spell card. Next super rare we have is Double Magical Armband. It's a trap card where you tribute 2 monsters and then target 2 face-up monsters your opponent controls. Take control of both targets until your end phase. So this is just another way to basically get rid of some of your monsters on the field to take control of 2 monsters that your opponent has. Possibly set yourself up for a tribute summon for a 2 tribute monster, or end up just attacking for game. If your opponent has 2 strong monsters on their side of the field that add up to 4,000 or higher, hey, you could just do things that way. This could be a game changer as long as you have 2 monsters on the field. So what I would do is probably end up just tributing 2 tokens, like a lamp token or something like that during my turn if my opponent does not get a chance to attack. And then set myself up for a play that way. So Double Magical Armbind could be a really, really good trap to use. Next super rare we have is Soul Transition. It's a trap card where if you control no special summon monsters, tribute 1 face-up level 4 normal summon or set monster and draw 2 cards. You can only activate 1 Soul Transition per turn, and you cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate this card. Then you have Judgment of Thunder, another trap card where when a Thunder-type monster is summoned to your field, except during the damage step, target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy that target. So I'm seeing a few more Thunder decks, I'm seeing a few more Thunder-type decks where this card would just be an absolute staple. It's just another way to start clearing your opponent's board, especially when you're going to be summoning and doing all that stuff. Judgment of the Thunder is going to be a must-have trap card in those decks. So try and get as many copies of that one as you can. So basically, in a nutshell, those are those are all of the super rares, actually, that are involved in this box set. Electric Overload does have some really, really good cards. Some of them are going to be specific to their own archetype, but some of them seem to be pretty good utility cards that will find some use in a wider range of decks. So pretty impressed with this box set's super rares. I don't have any complaints there. So if there's anything that you want to add about these super rares for Electric Overload, if you have any strong opinions one way or another about these, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter at YuGiOh Deck Talk. It's all one word, at YuGiOh Deck Talk, and I'd love to possibly revisit this box, maybe go through the rares, maybe go through the normals and see where we go from there. But I think that would be a pretty good idea. This is a box set that's been getting a lot of buzz. It's a box set that just between those ultra rares and those super rares are really setting people up for success, especially some of those newer players who are saving up their gems. This is a good box set to invest in, at least my opinion so far. So yeah, we'll see what comes out next. But anyway, that's it for today's episode. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Take care.